Hello, everybody. Welcome back, and happy holidays to you guys from us. And we had a very good input, a very good holidays, and we want to wish you happy holidays for you guys as well. And we had a um, very good questions that was brought to our latest video on there, and I want to say thank you for the courage, and I want to say thank you for um, you putting those questions here on the channel because that way uh, we can bring in it through our experience and what we really went through the journey to share with you guys. And I want to say thank you to Jeff Guarino, if that is a properly I pronounce it in there. That is a very good question. You can see it. It's below in the comment, everything. So without other ado, I'm going to give you Paulino because we read it and we decided to go to make that video for you guys.
Yeah, hello everyone. Merry Christmas to everyone again. So the question is really interesting because it touches on a controversial topic of why the divine is causing us to go through this painful experience. And so the question is, if the person who ignited doesn't want to continue with you, the confusing part is this divine? Wouldn't divine know? I mean, I'm not divine. I'm trying to trust divine, and divine didn't know this person wasn't the one. Okay, maybe it's a lesson or something. It seems like a bump in the road, or denying is if this is really the thing. I thought twins mirror or something. I found myself looking if they made a progress, which would for me confirm I was on the right path. I thought I was cool. Now I see they are irrelevant. Then I question why use a person at all then? But I release as best as I can and accept as I understand. I see the light in the darkness. Before was just darkness. Good stuff to discuss.
Very good because you guys seeing at this, and I'm pumped up, fired up, super excited. We talk about this, but as we see together within our personal journey, if the person who ignited doesn't want to continue with you, the confusing part is this is the divine. You need to understand that when the person who ignited you, which is that is our case here that happened in there, the divine knows about. And any time when you're trying to go and reach out this higher potential with that particular person or so on, if they don't want to continue, that is a coming to the personal will to follow the divine path or not. In there, you need to understand that divine knows about it, and there is going to be a confusion. Confusion comes in because of the ignition in there, and I'm going to be explain a little bit more about this because you asked for the mirroring effect, and but is this is the divine giving you a chance and opportunities, but it is up to you. Are you going to make and work on yourself? A lot of the misunderstanding on the twin flames journey, it is about one thing. People think it is about the person with them and they have to be and then so on. If it's meant to be, it will be, but you got to be ready for what is meant to be. And this is why the personal journey as the twin flame comes in, uh, is that instead of trying to get the person and you focus within the person, you need to be focused what this person triggers inside of you through the divine connections you to develop on yourself. And then the confusion begins because you thought that person can give you this that you are missing inside of you, but actually it is about you to develop in yourself. And without being said, I'm passing the mic.
Oh, I think it's good to maybe remind that divine talking about energies, they don't really care about whether or not you will be with one person throughout the whole journey, throughout your whole life. The energies wants just to flow. So I think it's just somehow people are associating this state of ignition that okay, the energies like divine energies were involved in the ignition state. But because of this belief system that we try to kind of explain better because it feels like that's how it is, those divine energies can flow, but the moment that people cannot sustain it, they will just stop flowing. And it's still divine situation, it's still divine connection, but you're in this, like, you should not be looking for just maintaining it if it kind of dies out naturally, because it's not like divine doesn't care about the connection or about you anymore, and just why it's created all this confusion. But I think it really helps to see this as a big picture. Like, of course it was divinely or universally orchestrated in the first place. And as Dio explained, like, we all have chances to go and step in to these connections, but if one person or if maybe two people, they cannot continue, it just served its purpose as best as it could. But it's just, okay, you're still on this divine path. It's just not with that person. So I think many people are questioning their journey because they kind of attached to this divine ignition state because it was so much energy, and they think they can recreate this energy only with this specific person. So I think that's a little bit, maybe it doesn't help with the journey is if you start questioning the divine, why they are putting me through it, since that person won't work throughout the whole journey. Why they even started. But I think it's from all of those connections you can get something, and especially if you will have several of them and they seem to be breaking up in the similar point, like, that's for you the guidelines, what you're doing wrong with your journey in terms of like building a healthy connections. So I think like divine is divine, and but it's the person, like a physical person is different things. Like it doesn't have to be only with one person. Divine wants you just to progress. They don't want you to get stuck with a relationship that doesn't help you to grow and evolve.
That is a to understand it that the primary functions of all these ignitions, and there is your evolutions, and the evolutions, we're not going to be worried about things in there, but the evolutions is going to show with the person who does not want to work with you what is not working and what you need to work on it and what the person needs to want it. Or if there is a involvement of third parties, I'm not talking about the third energy that put you and ignite you together. I'm talking about the third parties that could be relatives, friends. That could be a situations of somebody asking the questions before. It is about what should I do with my girlfriend, if her family, and so on. That is how the divine shows up in there. That when there is a divine connection, there is a divine love. You to accept it and respect it and see what you have to be work on it. Okay, and that can create the confusions because the confusion is should I work on me or should I work on the partner, or we both, me and the partner, can work together. When you come to the point that you understand that you personal have to do your work, your partner has to do your work, their work, but also you two have a collective work in there, then you're going to put everything. That circle is going to be coming in more powerful, and the divine will know. And how will it know? There's going to be a synchronicities. There are going to be internal peace, not these pressures like, oh my God, where is my twin flame dose right now? Oh my God, do I feel this love? Oh my God, I'm going to blow up. And the next day you are like, I don't feel this energy. They don't call me. They don't contact me. They don't do this and so on. And their acting of the divine energies is about you to evolve. I hope you guys get in it in this, because like, if you cannot evolve with one person, the divine will keep bring you people. You keep bring you towards this energy. It's gonna keep bring you into that level. You to be on that because they want the best for you. They want you experiencing that love. Okay, they're not like we want to limit it in there. But when the one person, for whatever reason, is not want to work with you, and there and so on, it is a lessons of how it not works. And will the divine know? Oh, the divine always know what they're doing. I think they don't. They know what they're doing. But the question is do you know what you're doing? is another thing in there. So that's all I had in mind.
Yeah, I wanted to add something. It's like divine talking about energies. You know, they will be bringing you the experiences that you need at a specific. Oh, sorry. They will be bringing you the people that you currently need in your journey based on your level of vibration. So, you know, if you even met your twin and it was beautiful, but then at some point you started arguments and those kind of shadows start to appear, you know, you may seem to um, how do I say, like detach from them. You know, you just go different directions and you separate. Maybe you even lost contact altogether, and you start not realizing like why this happens. But you can also see maybe you were the one who was doing your work. You know, you're working on your shadows, and maybe the other person, it doesn't really matter like what the other person is doing, but since you can get matched with someone the same vibration level, but if you progress in your journey, you have to accept that sometimes those vibrations, it will start to mismatch. If for example you're evolving faster, or someone really had a lot of luggage in their bag and they were not able to get rid of all of this stuff, you know, the moment that you got together. So you have to accept that you just have to take this responsibility to continue the journey no matter what, because those divine energies, they will be matching you with someone at the same vibrational level. So if you are able to get rid of this kind of a mindset that you have to continue with that specific person because that was my twin and we got ignited and has to continue, that kind of mindset can keep you stuck. So, you know, just maybe on our example, maybe on example of other people who kind of progressed on the journey and decided to evolve no matter what, with or without the person. That's the moment where you can get a chance to really match up with the other people who can help you with this evolution even more, you know, based on your current awareness.
Yeah, what was the after that? I am not divine. I'm trying to trust the divine, and divine didn't know that this person wasn't divine.
Wasn't the one. I think it's that kind of touches the fact. It's not like that person wasn't the one. You know, this person appeared in your life in the perfect moment. You know, and we were I think talking about it, that you know we got connected to those people either to end some unhealthy patterns, unhealthy relationships, maybe to show us something important. So I don't believe that we got connected with those soul connections in the wrong time, you know, or divine didn't know what they were doing. I think really like we are meeting the right people in the right time, and our like homework in this, I think, is to recognize that, but also not to prolong, just to do our work, you know, just to get from the connection as much as we can. If it's healthy enough to continue and grow together, but if it doesn't fit anymore or it doesn't serve its purpose anymore, just to release and let go and continue on your own, you know, because it's enough of soul connections and people who can join on your journey.
Talking about the one, there is a lot I've been talking about the one, but the people don't understand it as far as the positions of the one. The one is you. You have to become one within yourself, your true self, and living in the reality compared to be stuck into that person. Oh, is the only one, the only one, the only one, one. That becomes to obsession, and then it turns into a um, totally getting the relationship. But you need to understand also the point is that when a one person who is in the divine connections, but they're operating from the old paradigm and they're operating from the lower self, they're trying to use the spiritual connections for whatever their own agenda is, while they're not following the agenda of the divine. And then the divine will know that they're not good for you. All of a sudden, that energy is disappearing, and that's where you may be going to begin to feel that there is not the divine anymore. Why? Because the one person introducing and entering within the interdependence bubble their personal agenda inside, and they begin to control it. This you cannot control the divine and steering the divine connections, guys. And this is one of the reasons why maybe that is for you to understand from with yourself, which is related to the next thing, which is you've been writing to us, Jeff. Uh, okay, maybe it's a lesson or something. It just seems like a bump in the road, or denying this is really a thing. Yeah, you're gonna be feeling that bump in the road, and those bump in the roads is gonna be feeling they're not gonna be pleasant in there. But you need to understand one thing: those are blessings in the disguise, because through the journey and through the working with a lot of the twin flames, helping them out and talk for hours and hours and hours and making the videos, making the researches, myself, even the psychology and so on, we're talking about it. You're gonna begin to understanding the purpose of the evolutions, but you also there's gonna be a one thing inside of yourself that you're gonna understand that those issues, those bumps on the roads in there, those thresholds, those are your blessings in the disguise. When you overcome them, and then you will understand that everything that was there had a divine purpose. And sometimes the people, it's like, well, the divine is this, divine is that, and so on. Look at deep. Never look at those stuff just on a basic of the what it's in the surface. Deep below, there is a lessons on a lot of deep levels in there. Next one was I talked twins mirror or something. I found myself looking if they made progress, which should vote vote for me confirm I was on the right path. I talked was cool. Now I see they are irrelevant. Hmm. I made investigations of that mirroring effect. So basically, what happened is the mirroring neurons from the one person it gets in transferred to the other person. So basically, the one person knows what you're missing, and they give you this as informations, and then you have to take it and develop it within yourself. There was a experience that has been done. There has been a study on the mirroring neurons in there. I personally look at it into that, and I actually watched the brain scans during this process. It's all on the internet. You can research it in there. But talking about this confirmations in there is inside of you the confirmations of the right path to yourself. The evolution within you is always going to lead you, and they're going to be determined what is right and what is not, where you need to go, and so on. You're going to feel the push and the pull. The push uh, is going to be like, hey, don't go in there. The pull is going to be, hey, coming up here, look at this, look at that energy, let it go, trust, build this power within yourself. But as a Paulina said, it's the awareness. You got anything to add that
Yeah,
one?
one thing came to me, one word, which was expectation. Many people who are doing the inner work because that's what they told on the internet or in the books that you have to start working on yourself. That's when you're getting your twin back. That's what people expect, and sometimes even people are having some intuition that tells them, oh, in 2 years you're gonna get back together with your twin, and you're putting these pressures and those expectations on the journey, which keeps you locked in this limited viewpoint, because you have this one person in your mind that you will be expecting to get back to you once you start doing your work. But many people, from what I see, what people are saying, it doesn't happen. It's just they're doing their work and they are really progressed and advanced. At the same time, I can see that the twins are just closing the doors for them. They're clearly not interested in continuing, sending them clear enough signal, which is basically the signal from the universe. This door is closed. And instead, people recognizing that and accepting that the journey can continue with or without a person, they are getting stuck because they have just this one person in front of their eyes, and they will be expecting that anytime they have some spiritual evolution, their twin will be mirroring, so they will also start get awakened more. But if we were talking about these levels of vibrations, it's not like you're the same person will be progressing at the same time as you are. Your divine counterpart is present moment will be doing exactly the same kind of evolution at the same moment as you are. So that's why you cannot get attached to the specific person, because you have no idea who is currently at the same level of awareness. And this one, it gets clarified once you reach the proper state, once you surrender, and then you just free up this space to really accept who is next, or maybe who is supposed to continue on the journey after the separation phase.
Yeah. Talking about these separations, you need to understand that when there is a separations between you two, there is internal separations either with the one or totally within both personalities in there. But you need to understand that separation has the powers you to work on yourself. This is a process that when it comes to a separation, like it or not, a lot of the people get in troubles of chasing. If somebody tells you, I had a people who come to me and they said, well, Dio, I have this reading from this person. He's been verified for a twin flame reading and so on and so on. And I'm not in the union. What is going on with this? You're looking at for an outside source. I already know that if you are making a post, how can you make your twin flame to unite with you? You guys gonna be breaking the internet watching that video. Oh, that's not what the reality is. It is about how you unite yourself first. Before you need to become a healthy yourself to be in a healthy relationships. And most of the people in the twin flame community, they don't want to hear that. But when these things happen as this process, and I want to say thank you, Jeff, about it, because uh, this is a quality questions up here, the quality discussions of going within the deep, within the twin flame journey. It is about the progress, which is for me confirmed that I was in the right path. You felt it that you were in the right path, okay? But now by you going through it, you see that some of the things are irrelevant. Exactly. The relevant in their portion is about you to fix yourself within you. And if the other person fix themselves, things is gonna comes in. But if they don't want to fix themselves, if they have a personal agenda, or for example, old pattern like the parents affecting or friends are is affecting, we're talking about third energies. That is going to be a lesson from the divine to the whole situations that it's actually becomes a public event. If you pay attention, most of your twin flame connections out there, they are public events to exposure to that love, because the divine is like here. It doesn't matter if it's a good experience, bad experience, because there is no good or bad experience. There is only experience based on evolution. And if you understand the part of the evolution tells you, I'm going to be teaching you what is it, the one side, and what is the other side. And you have to pick up the best and go forward. But most of the people, excuse me, most of the people, they are not getting into this. And when you find that irrelevant energies, you begin to ask yourself, is this is all true? Is this is all that? Is what is it the divine has in mind? These are I'm going nuts. No, you're understanding that wherever you were living in before and the old false programs in meeting and fighting with the new spiritual based programs based of the reality, then the things begins to clash within yourself. Okay, and it is very crucial if the two people are gonna be work. But if they're not, then the things is gonna be, you know, irrelevant. What is the next question? If you can read it.
then I question why use a person at all then.
Hmm.
So,
Huh.
hmm,
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's, I kind of tried to answer that before, but it's not like those ignition states are not useful. They are useful because they bring you these energies in the first place. But it's more about just recognizing that we can have more than one. It's just acknowledge that you can evolve faster than your counterpart, that you get ignited. And it's up to you to choose. You have the best, you have freedom here. You can assume that your twin will be coming back to you after how many years. But I even remember that I was following some weird agenda that I had in this mind, kind of like a 3 year period, and was kind of putting that in my mind because I felt that until those after those 3 years we'll get united or whatever, based on what other people were saying. But at some point I realized that I don't want to wait. I was decided to cooperate with the energies and just see where it goes without trying to predict, and just accept any kind of situation that was coming to me without blocking it, not keeping myself available just in case someone was doing their work. I was acting more from this place of presence. And if I saw in front of me some other opportunity to grow, and that was the next connection with Dio, I just decided to go for it instead of putting on the side, just to measure, should I wait for something that didn't even happen, and it just look from this future projections, or should I really act on something that is in front of me and really, the energies were involved as well. So I was that was it was not even a gentle push. Like, it was so obvious, but it was still my choice. I could have chosen to wait, maybe for that other person to realize or to change their mind. But I decided that's kind of puts you in this cage somehow. There is no freedom in that because you're dependent on someone else's decision. So I think throughout this journey we kind of realized that you have to take the responsibility to build this whole journey however you want, because it's, you can leave it up to the divine and maybe wait for until they rearrange again, or you can start to seeing that, this is not serving me, I want to progress. Like, it doesn't seem right for me to get stuck on something that is not working. Let's see what else is out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in there within that. And there was a questions about this long time ago. Why the divine will use a person? Oh, damn. Okay, here's one thing. When you said I am, I am, I am, I am, and you believe you change your powers inside of you and so on, the divine says, oh, really are you? You need to show me. But in order you to say you need to show me, to the divine, is gonna need a person. And this is why the divine is using the person. A person who says, I am, I am, I am, and another person said, I am, I am, I am. And the divine says, okay, you two lovely birds said that you are ready and you are good and you're gonna be working on this and you're gonna develop on all this. The evolution says, like, I like those two. I'm gonna give them a chance. I'm gonna give them an opportunity. And you need to understand, when you develop yourself and self development into the evolution is going to bring you the person. Okay, but during the ignition state with another person in there, and they don't know what is going on, the lack of educations of the spiritual connections, the lack of even development of the spiritual culture inside of you is not developed because there is no information. That was the one thing I started doing this as a twin flame long back ago. It's always been pretty much like a decade or something in that positions. But when we're talking about the progress, is going to be tested with person. And when you pay attention to that before your ignition, you're going to find out that you are ready for it. You ask for a person which make you happy. But that person first is you. Yeah. Okay, what is the next? Was
Yeah, I wanted just to add very
Yeah.
quickly, why we need another person to do that, because the whole journey is really to unlock you emotionally. People can get awakened throughout different experiences in life, and twin flame journey especially. It talks about soul connections, which is deep emotional connection with another person, and it's supposed to bring you closer to divine and universe, and just gives you this higher understanding. But the whole core is really to open you up emotionally, to get you this access to your to connection with your true self. So I think that's what it has to be, some other person involved, because that's how we are programmed. I think Mel even was mentioning about that, but it's just we are wired this way that we cannot experience this deep love if the other person is not involved. Like, we always associate that with a person, even though in reality those energies are the universal energies that you're dealing with. If you're not awakened to this state, you need to have some kind of like a body attached to it, to you are assuming that that's the love that you're feeling from other person, and you want to give it to other person. But it's like we just need this kind of like an example, human example, that to get involved in the journey with us, just make it for us even to notice, because it's such an extraordinary experience.
it's a extraordinary experience, but also you need a person that you're gonna have some exchanges, and you need to understand what the exchanges are. The exchanges can be on a spiritual level, energetic level, vibrational level, communications level, psychological level, and a physical realms. Okay, so there is gonna be those levels inside of you that you're going to be tested on it, but this is also for you and for them, but also through that experience you develop the powerful couple relationship. Okay, when everything is shared, the situations are shared, you have the same directions, you're going in the same directions, but with what, with the evolution, by you keeping your personality in there, by you understanding of what you need to change, improve, but not force it from the other person. Cannot force the other person to change, but they can choose to change in the name of the combined evolution. That's what is going to be your curve in there when you specifically want to both understanding this. I mean, the power of the evolution is incredible. It is incredible when you follow it, that energies and those vibes with this. Right. What was the next one? But I released as best as I can and accept as I understand. Great. Uh, the three laws: trust, surrender, and let go. Those are the path of the evolutions, and they're going to be asking you about of what you not needed. And after that, when you trust, surrender, and let go, you accept what it is, you understand what it is, and then you begin to be aware, awaken, and acceptance that it comes in with this evolution process within yourself. It comes in, and that will bring you the spiritual understanding of what is, what is going on. And by the way, I missed to say, Grande, thank you for coming in. Sivan also, thank you for coming in. And seeing it with this acceptance of understanding through the spiritual connections into your personal relationship with yourself, that is developing your spiritual culture. That actually the humanity, and here we need it a lot and the most. That's what you're here for. You got something to add, darling?
Yeah, I wanted to add that it's very nice that people are starting questioning those connections. They can see that, okay, something is not right here. I'm working on myself, and at the same time, I don't see the other counterpart working on themselves, or even I don't know what's going on with them, we're supposed to get together and we are going apart and more apart. So it makes the people think. So I think this is this shifting of this ideology that this journey is not black and white. You just have to stay open because you have no idea what's your divine counterpart in the right moment. So it's just, I'm really happy that people are asking, why it's not working, why it's, people said that it should be this way but it's not. And I'm not sure how much is because people were not explaining it the correct way, or the twin flame experience just changed a little bit. This spiritual evolution is going different way and we are just able to experience multiple soul connection and we are just getting this track. So but I'm really happy that people are noticing on themselves, that it's just there is there is something missing, like why divine would play with me like that. It's just, where's this consistency? Because honestly, throughout the journey, one thing you cannot get detached from is to have this human logic and psychological logic, and just not to go blindly into this spirituality, but any type of experiences that come to you, just really explain, try to understand from this as a psychological process, or just dig into that from different perspectives, because there has to be balance between spirituality, psychology. This is the whole process. As you progress, you will see how it's all connected, and you cannot abandon something because it's easy to get into this obsession state, because psychologically there can be something that is really unhealthy, but because of the spirituality you would be expecting this to kind of grow into some beautiful twin flame experience. You will be abandoning this. That's what is healthy. You will start even maybe abandoning yourself, abandoning your mental state, just because you want to maintain the connection. So I think that's very, I'm just very happy, that people start asking those questions, like why is not something is not right here, can you explain? So
And if
very
you
nice.
look at it on this position, there is nothing wrong with that, because the journey is going to be teaching you the both patterns in there. They're giving you the perspective of what you should be, but you're looking at into the reality of what it is. And now, like, okay, well, I think that that's what it was supposed to be, but this is what it's turned out. If you look at it on these positions in there, you're gonna get the learning of what is not working. So the next time when you see within yourself, you correct with yourself what is not working within you. So in let it go of these connections, in you accepting of what's going on with that current connections, in your understanding this. This is a very beautiful moment, and I'm so glad about this, Jeff, that you understand and go through this process. But when we're talking about the next connection that's gonna come, the next time when you're ready, the next time you open it up within yourself in there, because you release that connections that doesn't work within you, you're gonna be ready with someone who accept and someone who's been going into these issues. And of course, just when you get into the soul connections, you're going to be repeating the same steps until you come to the point of what separates you in the last connection. And now it's going to be the test for you. Do you really correct yourself? And then you're going to find out that when you correct yourself, your partner was correcting themselves. That's how you know that connection is progressing. The evolution is progressing within you. And you're going to be seeing at things, not it's not all black. It's not only it's not working. You're going to be seeing, as you said it, I see the light in the darkness. That is it right there. You to see that, because most of the people, what did they see? They see the drama, the trauma. I cannot be with my twin flame. I cannot go anymore without him. They go to the codependency. They feel abandoned, and they stop working on the progress within the evolution within themselves. But this is a what the evolution is teaching you to show you what are you lacking at that. So, if you got anything to add, darling?
No, just to summarize, like it looks like it's Jeff is on the good place. Like, so the moment you start to recognize that there is some hope, it's just, even in the separation phases at the beginning, it's super dark, and it just, you have no idea where to even start. But then you just start working on yourself, and it's just getting better and better. And you can see, okay, maybe that's just not, this connection won't work in this lifetime. It doesn't mean that I'm just supposed to wait until another lifetime to be happy, because you don't. I think the important part is just not to put these expectations from this emotional side, just to give yourself a chance, just to maybe detach from emotions and just put it aside. Just take care of your life, just to work on yourself. If you see some issues, you can fix those issues, but try to really build up this life to be happy, and then just don't worry about those, however this journey will unfold. I think that's the best lesson, although it's sometimes difficult, but just to try to see the light in the whole process, and see what even the whole journey brought you up to this level, whether or not you're in separation, whatever case for you is right now. Just to try to see as much positive, and try to set this right mindset that the whole journey is one huge experience that is just built on these different parts, without expecting anything, and just try to analyze that, how much you've grown because of all of them, without putting on a label negative or positive, just to appreciate, and just maybe make this check for yourself. Maybe there's something else I need to do, or maybe you wanted to develop in yourself. But just to try to get into this positive state about the journey, because it's staying in this negative side that, oh, I hate my journey, I cannot stand it anymore. It doesn't get you far, because you will be attracting those kinds of nasty experiences. So try to stay positive as much as you can.
Um, she give you very good advice here, and a lot of the people in the community right there, and they still attaching to that, and they're attaching a similar person of these lower vibes. You need to understand, once you awaken, and you awaken in your vibrational uh, energies inside of you that your brain is emitting out, you're basically going to be attracting a person, as Paulina said here, someone who's matching your vibrations. But looking at inside of you, if you have this a lower self, nothing works, nothing does, nothing that, nothing so on, in there, you actually going to bring someone who's not doing the same thing. So you can mirror in this nothing that it's not working in there, and you have two choices in that position. You're going to bring that person who you realize it can continue to work, and you really get to work because the relationships are work. Okay. But if you've been done at that within yourself, you take yourself out of this lower energies, this lower thinking, okay, you're gonna find out how the evolution is like, oh my God, it's about time for you to go up. It was the time for you to let go of the drama, the trauma, the situations, the codependence, the abandonment, and so on. Oh, you really healed. Oh, well, great. Now you're going to be at peace. Let's get you evolved. Let's get you in this enlightenment. Let's power it up, that inner peace within you. Let's bring that energies down to earth. Let's get to go to work in there. Let's show up the people that this is working. And then you're going to be enjoying the connection as the way it was originally made with the divine. Because you, right now, you did your work. You did your work. All right, guys. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask. Or if you have anything that you guys want us to make a video about it, the topic, you can post in the comments below and so on. But Jeff, again, thank you. It's a great uh, questions from you.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time. I think we'll have a chance to record a few more videos together.
Yeah,
Um,
hopefully we're gonna get you to pretty soon. And
Enjoy your break.
enjoy your break, enjoy Happy New Year, and one message: make a goals, make a goals. Okay, make that up. What are you going to achieve? All right, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Beloved guys. Thank you, Grande.
Thank you.
And uh, gifts. I gotta give the gifts. There you go, guys. That's a lot of gifts for you. Take as much as you need it. Beloved guys, and we'll see you.